everyone. How are you all doing? Welcome to this live streaming this evening. I hope all of you are doing amazing, my lovely people out there. Yes, just a very quick stew recipe, trust me. Just one meal stew, right? Just one meal stew. I'm just going to put this stew together very, very soon. I have in the pot boiling over there my tomatoes, scotch bonnet pepper, garlic that I've blended. So I'm just cooking it down a little bit. Beside it is my pot that is ready to welcome these tomatoes right into it, right? All right. So as soon as these tomatoes steps down a little bit, as in the water dry up, I'm going to start making this stew. Thank you, everyone. I see you, Rhea Claus. Rhea Claus, thank you for joining me in this live streaming. I do really appreciate you. Cook this emergency stew with me this evening. Have you ever made any emergency soup, stew, any kind of emergency recipe? Have you ever done that? This is what Chistal is doing this evening. I hope all of you are doing good this Monday evening. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to all of you, my amazing people out there. Yes, my prayer for you all is that the week will be very good and lovely for you all. Thank you so very much for joining me, my own friend Stars. Stars, hello, how are you? Stars are making an emergency stew this evening. Emergency stew. You can connect or you can relate to this if I've ever done any recipe like emergency, right? So Chistal is putting together an emergency stew just for one meal. Yes, just for one meal. So you see how it's going to go very fast. Very, very fast, I tell you. Right? So I just blended my tomatoes off camera, of course, because it's an emergency. So to it, you can see that I'm boiling down these tomatoes. I want the water to disappear or evaporate from these tomatoes. Beside the tomatoes is my pot that is ready for this emergency stew. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Francie. How are you? I see you, Frank. Francie, thank you for joining me. I do really appreciate you this evening. And all of you that are not visible in the chat, I know you are walking or you are driving, you are still supporting me anyway. Thank you very much for tuning in to this live streaming. I am making emergency stew, right? I have in this tomatoes, scotch bonnet pepper, onions, garlic. This is a new week. Today is Monday. Have we thought of being kind to someone? Have we thought of showing love to someone? Right? In your list of to do this week, do you have anyone you want to be of help to? Are we just being self? Is that what we're planning to do this week? No, God does not want us to do that. And I know you, my lovely friends, don't want to do that. Please, as the week is rolling, please plan to be of help to someone, right? Plan to be of a blessing to someone. Plan to advise someone to do something better. Plan to assist someone with one help or the other. Plan to encourage someone. Plan to encourage someone. Don't plan to judge anyone. Don't plan to discourage anyone. Don't plan to bring anyone down. Don't plan to run someone's destiny down. Because as you're planning to run someone down, that is the same way you're going to get the same treatment, right? So we all have to be good to people. We all have to leave judgments for God. We all have to encourage one another, pull one another up, right? Pull one another up. Be your brother's keeper. Be your sister's keeper. Don't be out to say, oh, I'm competing with this person. Nobody. The person you want to compete with is not even seeing you, right? So just be yourself. Be yourself at all times. Be yourself. You have to just be original, right? Be yourself. Try to help someone. Try to assist someone in your little way. The best possible way you can. Try to assist someone, right? Encourage someone. Just that word of how are you doing is enough to heal somebody. You don't know what somebody is going through. Just to say, I hope you are doing okay today. I hope you are responding to treatment. So those that are sick, pray for the sick. Pray for them. Pray for God to touch their health. Wish someone good. Wish someone good. That is what God wants from us. Not to run someone down, not to compete with anyone, not to say evil about someone. Leave your heart to be open to God. Leave your heart and treat everyone equally, right? And as you're doing so, God is sending your destiny helper your way. God is making a way for you all the time. And I've said oftentimes in this channel, whomever does good to you, please don't, whomever you do good to, I'm sorry, don't ever expect the person to do it back to you. Yes, because God sent you on an errand. The same God that sent you on an errand will send someone your way, right? This water is coming down very fast. So I tell you, no distant time, I'm going to start making this tea. Please, let's be our brothers' keepers. Let's be our sisters' keepers. Let's love one another genuinely from our hearts. Let's love one another genuinely from our hearts to face. I tell you, it does speak. Yes. The same time you will use to plant something that is negative or do something that is negative to someone is the same time you will use to plant something that will affect the person positively, right? So each time we wake up, let's pray for someone, either the ones that are sick, for the homeless, for the motherless, any kind of group of people that we know we can pray for, that need our prayer. Please, let's not hesitate to pray for them. And let's not hesitate to reach out to them. To be of a blessing to them is very, very important. It's very, very important. Yes. Because in life is what you give that you will get. Yes. Let's be positive to one another at all times. Let's be positive to one another at all times. Thank you so very much, everyone, for joining me in this live streaming. I do really appreciate it. Thank you, my own sister, Sweet Nan. I see you here. Thank you so very much. Sweet Nan say thumbs up down. Thank you so very much, sis, for joining me in this live streaming. I do really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm making the emergency stew very simple and very easy, right? Frank said thumbs up down. Thank you so very much, Frank. An emergency stew, right? Just for one meal course, I tell you. Very easy. I blended my tomatoes. I have these tomatoes cooking down at this point. And I tell you, I can start frying this stew right now because this tomatoes is almost ready, right? Let's try at all times to show love, not to be in competition with anyone, not to bring someone down, not to talk hatred to someone, not to bite. Yes, it's not good. As you can see, I just opened my pot. I will turn on my lights to this pot. So I'm adding my vegetable oil to this pot at this point. Because this tomatoes is almost ready, I'm going to go ahead to start frying my onions. Please let me know in the chat. I'm waiting for this oil to get hot. Then I will add my onions. Let me know in the chat if you have had any opportunity before to make an emergency recipe. Stew, soup, rice, whatever recipe. Please hit me up in the chat. Let me know if I've had any reason to make an emergency stew, right? Thank you everyone for joining me in this live streaming. Thank you. And don't forget to give this live streaming a thumbs up. That colleague of yours, probably you saw him or you saw her at work, not looking the way he used to look, not cheerful. Yes, you can walk up to him or her and say, "Hey, my friend, what's up with you? I hope you're doing okay." Right? Maybe that is just what the person wants. Just to look for someone, just to see someone to ask him or her, what is the problem? And you'll be surprised the person will just confide in you and tell you, "Oh, this is what I'm going through." Even though the person doesn't tell you what he or she is going through, the person can just tell you a little or not even tell you anything. But whatever it is, just tell that person not to worry, that everything is going to be all right. Just one piece of advice, one piece of encouragement can lift that person's soul. I'm telling you, a lot of people are going through a lot of things. But not until they discuss with you, you are not going to know. Right? Yes. It's somebody's birthday, if you remember. Just a small card, just a little gift, just a little, the smallest amount of gift can go a long way to say, "Oh, this person cares about me. This person remembers my birthday." Right? For those of us that are not good at remembering birthdays, God help me, Chinstyle is one of them. Right? Let's try to make like a calendar or like an alarm in our phones to always alert us of people's birthdays, so that we can be of help to them, we can reach out, we can wish them happy birthday, right? Someone is sick, you heard someone is sick, call that person. Just call that person. The person might not necessarily be in the hospital, wherever the person is, but you heard this person is sick. Check up on that person. "Oh, I just want to know how you are doing. I'm just checking up on you." Things like that is what God expects us to do, right? Just that phone call across can heal that person. That phone call across can do miracle to that person. I'm telling you, you never can tell, right? Okay, I can tell you this oil is hot enough, and to it, I'm going to add my onions. This onions is a lot. This onions is a lot. I don't know if you like to use plenty of onions in your stew. I like to use plenty of onions in all my recipes, I tell you. Yes. So I'm going to saute this for about 2 minutes. Thank you everyone for stopping by, for joining me in this live streaming this evening. The time is 21 minutes to 7 p.m. CDT. Thank you so very much everyone for joining me this evening. I do really appreciate it all. Thank you very much, stars. I see you. Thank you for joining me in this live streaming. I do really appreciate you all. Okay, it's been 2 minutes. I tell you, this onions is good enough. So I'm going to turn off my stove for these tomatoes. It's just ready for this stew. So as you can see, I'm putting these tomatoes right into the stew. I tell you, this is an emergency stew. One meal stew, right? Please let me know in the chat if you like plenty of onions in your recipe. Can you see how much this onions is? So plenty, plenty, plenty. It's always good to have a lot of cooking ingredients in the house because sometimes you can just decide to make something very fast. Yes, even though you have it in your menu, in your meal plan, but you have not made it, you have not cooked it. You can make it very fast. I actually have this in my meal plan, but I'm just making it right now. I want it to be very fresh, just for one meal, right? Sometimes you need something very fresh, very, very fresh. I tell you. Can you see how good this is looking? I love the color already. To it, I will add my sauce. I will add my seasoning. I love emergency food sometimes, it brings out the best in you. So to it, I'm adding my onions powder. My garlic powder. Thyme. Paprika. Curry powder. And I'll mix the combine very well, right? My stove is on a medium heat. Thank you everyone for joining me in this live streaming. I do really appreciate you all. Oh, Especially Chista, what are you cooking? What are you cooking, Chistyles? I am making stew, emergency stew, right? It's planned for, but I'm just making it right now because it's going to be for one meal, right? For the whole family. So that is what I'm saying is emergency stew. I planned for it already. I have everything in the house for it. So I just call it emergency stew because I didn't bring out everything at once. As I'm making it, I'm bringing everything from the fridge, from everywhere, you know. All right. Thank you, Stars. I see you there. Thank you so very much, Matthew. I see you. Thank you for joining me, my own brother Matthew. Thank you. Thank you. I'm making emergency stew this evening. Right? Matthew said, had sweet and sour chicken yesterday for dinner and more sweet and sour recipes. Wow. Scalpel, cabbage, lamb and turkey. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. So did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy the sweet and sour chicken? Matthew, did you enjoy it? That must be a very nice and mouth-watering recipe, I tell you. Matthew, did you enjoy it? Thank you so very much, Matthew, for bringing us lovely recipes as usual. Thank you so very much. I am making stew this evening for one meal, just for one meal, right? You can see how small this stew is. Little, but I tell you, the aroma in my kitchen right now, oh my God. So you want to fry these tomatoes very well. You know what this does? Frying the tomatoes makes your stew not to have that sour taste, not to have, sometimes you use some tomatoes, you have that slap feeling on your jaw. So when you fry your tomatoes very well, like as I'm doing, you're not going to experience that. The tomatoes is going to be very nice and the stew will come out tasting very good, right? Yes. So this is so good. I love the color. I love the plenty of onions I have in this stew. I'm telling you, I love plenty of onions in my food. All my recipes, I tell you that I use onions. Thank you so very much, Matthew. Say had sweet and sour chicken yesterday for dinner. And more sweet and sour recipes. Scalpels, cabbage, lamb and turkey. Thank you, Matthew, for sharing your amazing recipes with us all the time. Right? The sweet and sour chicken with rice is on my video yesterday. I'm going to go check it out. I need to go check it out after this live streaming. Thank you so very much, Matthew. Thank you. He said he had sweet and sour chicken yesterday with rice. Oh my God. In fact, I know it's going to be very delicious. Trust me. I know it's going to be very, very delicious. Thank you so very much, Matthew, for sharing the lovely recipes with us all the time. I do really appreciate you. I do really, really appreciate you. Beside my pot is my turkey that I'm going to be using for this emergency stew, right? And I have my stock that I brought out from the freezer, is in the microwave. I'm going to bring it out very soon. And the stew will soon be ready, I tell you. Yes, the stew will soon be ready. So like I told you, I'm just frying these tomatoes so that it can come out nice and good when the stew is ready, right? Honestly, a good cook can make food as effortlessly, and a good cook can make food to be very delicious within the shortest period of time. I'm telling you. If you love to cook, you can relate to what I'm saying. right? Because I have Sweet Nan here. I know my sister Sweet Nan, she's a very good chef. Matthew, a very good chef too. I'm telling you. I know you guys can relate to what I'm saying. A good cook, it doesn't cost you much to come out with something lovely. I'm telling you. Thank you so very much, everyone, for joining me in this live streaming. Thank you for your support. I do really appreciate you all the time. Please, let's always look for people to help. Let's not just be about ourselves, self, right? Yes, it's good to help people in life. It's good to bring joy to people all the time. Thank you so very much, Matthew. I can see another recipe that you just rolled out now. Oh my God. Thank you so very much, Matthew. Matthew says seafood stew, beef tomato stew, ravioli tomato stew, and bread tomato stew. Oh my God. Bread tomato stew is one of the many tomatoes recipes. Wow, amazing. Amazing. Thank you so very much, Matthew, for these lovely recipes you have brought for us this evening again. And I know you are always bringing us lovely recipes. I will have to go and check out that food you made yesterday. Yes, you said you had sweet and sour chicken yesterday with rice. I'm going to go check it out. Thank you so very much, everyone, for joining me in this live streaming. I do really appreciate you all, my lovely people. Thank you for always being there for Chistal. Yes, Chistal is grateful at all times. Thank you, everyone. For joining me in this live streaming. I do really appreciate you all. Yes, at this point, our tomatoes has fried enough, I can tell you. So I will add my turkey stock. I'm just going to add little water to it. Then I'll mix to combine very well. The aroma here right now, oh my God, it's so good. So I'm going to add this turkey at this point. This turkey was marinated very well, was well seasoned, marinated. I cooked this turkey and I boiled this. I usually have turkey chicken like this in my fridge. So this, I just brought it out from the fridge, right? So I'm going to cover it to do its thing. I'm just going to cover it halfway. Right. Let's always help people. Let's always look for people we can put smiles on their face in our own little way, right? Let's always help people. It can be a word of advice. It can be an idea. It can be anything good that we can be of help to someone. When I say help, I don't really mean money. For me, money is not everything in life. But if you can afford to be a blessing to someone monetarily, why not? But when you say we should be kind, it comes in different ways. It's not all the time that it's money. That money is good, but giving someone advice, giving someone an information that will be of help to the person is also a way of helping someone, right? That is what we want to always do at all times, because that is what God wants us to do. Because God created us in His image and likeness, so we should behave and treat people as God will treat us, right? Thank you so very much, everyone, for joining me in this live streaming. I do really appreciate you all. All things Miss Priceless, I see you. She said, hello, host. Thank you, my sister, for joining me. All things Priceless, thank you for stopping by. I am making emergency stew this evening, right? Emergency stew. But I tell you, this stew is already cooked. So I'm just allowing it to do its thing. And it will be ready to be served, I tell you. Very easy, very, very easy to put together. A good cook can make food to be good within a shortest period of time. Trust me. Those of us that are in the chat that can cook very well, I'm sure you can relate to this. Thank you so very much, everyone, for joining me in this live streaming. I'm not going to cover this part all the way, just halfway. I'm going to cover it. Thank you, all things Miss Priceless. Hello, host and everyone, she says. Thumbs up done. Please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so very much, Isan. I see you here. Isan, say hi, host. Isan, say hello, everyone. Still blooming. Isan, say I can smell it from here. Thank you so very much, Isan. She said good aroma. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining me in this live streaming. I do really appreciate you all, my amazing people, my lovely people, for always supporting Chi Styles. Thank you. I am very grateful. Life is so good. Life is so good. Let's not look at life as if maybe what we're going through today, let's not look at it as if God does not like us or all our prayers have not been answered, But if only we remember that we're not where we used to be, we have moved a step ahead, we will have every reason to thank God. Even though we are not where we want to be, let's keep appreciating God. Let's keep thanking God, regardless of the situation we're in. It doesn't matter. Just keep your faith alive and keep your hope alive. God will make it come true for you, right? Yes, thank you so very much, everyone, for joining Chistyles in this live streaming. I am very grateful. I will just allow it to do its thing for 4-5 minutes, and this stew will be ready. I'm just allowing this the turkey I just added to absorb some goodness from the stew, right? So that it can be very, very delicious. Although the turkey was well seasoned before I marinated it. It's always good to marinate whichever protein you are cooking with, right? Yes, it's always good to marinate our protein. Thank you so very much, Matthew. Matthew says seafood stew, beef tomato stew, ravioli tomato soup, and bread tomato stew is one of the many tomato recipes. I tell you, tomatoes is one food item that I know that, oh my God, it's grown virtually in every continent. In every continent. With tomatoes, you can make different kinds of recipes, right? Different kinds of recipes. Tomato is so loved by so many people. Even though I still know some people are allergic to it, they don't eat tomato, right? But it is loved by a lot of people. And a lot of people make different type of recipes using tomatoes. Yes, I know, like my children, my daughter, they love to wash their tomatoes, especially the hard tomatoes, with salt, and they eat it like that. Tehila and Emanuela, they love to eat tomatoes, trust me. And I know so many people like to eat tomatoes like that. Tomatoes has a lot of ways you can enjoy it, right? Some people even make salad with it, so many things. This is one food item I know that is loved by so many people, a lot of people, and you can make different kind of recipes with it. And it's virtually grown in every continent of the world, that I can be very sure of, right? And when you talk about tomatoes, it has different species. The one I'm using right now is Roman tomatoes. Tomatoes has a lot of recipes, different types of tomatoes, right? Yes. Thank you so very much, Mama Jula. Thank you for joining me in this live streaming. I'm so grateful you are here. Thank you for coming. I do really appreciate you all for stopping by this evening. Remember, my stove is on a medium heat. That is because I want this stew to cook gradually. That way, your stew will not get burnt. That way, this turkey that I just added will absorb the goodness from the tomatoes, from the stew, I mean to say. Please, if you are just joining me and you have not given this live stream a thumbs up, please consider doing that. All right, thank you so very much, everyone, for joining me. At this point, I can tell you this stew is ready. Just ready. This stew is ready to be enjoyed. This is one meal stew. Very simple, very little quantity of stew. It's just for one meal for the family, right? Yes. Sometimes you just want your food to be fresh. That is the way I just feel this evening. I just want to have a very fresh tomatoes, even though I want to have a very fresh stew, even though I have stew. I just want to make a very fresh stew to be enjoyed this evening by everyone in the house. I hope you like this stew. I hope this is one stew you want to recreate. Please feel free to recreate it and hit me up in the comment section. I'm going to end this live streaming here. Thank you everyone for joining me in this live streaming. I do, and I say again, I do really appreciate you all. I am always very, very grateful. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your love, for everything you do for Chi Styles. I am very grateful. So I will see you all in my next one, in my next live stream. Trust me, very soon, right? Okay. And keep eating healthy. I love you all. Bye.